Oh, let's go first to Steve Berry, former Top Gear presenter, of course, because once again, ladies and gentlemen, we've had more bad news for the motoring community because drivers now are being hit by fines worth almost £1 million a year, and they're all fines for going into a yellow box. I'm sure many of you will understand how that feels. Steve, very good morning to you, sir. Are you there?
Hey, boy. You threw me with that one. Yeah, I was also glad to see, Mike, that once again Manchester's leading the way. Only last week, all 10 boroughs of Greater Manchester made it into the top 20 of worst driving boroughs in Britain. And today I find that we are half of the fines outside of London and Cardiff. How antiquated does that seem?
I know.
Until 2 years ago, it was only London and Cardiff. But 2 years ago, they gave local councils the authority to police these yellow boxes. And boy, did they embrace it with zeal.
So have they painted a lot more yellow boxes into Manchester than there used to be?
Here's the problem, Mike, and I'll illustrate it with one of the busiest yellow box junctions in Britain, which was made international news. My missus in Vancouver, Canada, said to me, "You're on the local news. Chapel Street, Salford is on the news here." Do you remember a few weeks ago, 40 buses ended up nose to tail because Andy Burnham, Keir Starmer, if you got him off Temu, decided that he was going to improve cycle lanes. Nobody cycles in this city except former Somalian child soldiers delivering a Greggs to lazy people. He's going to improve it and cause chaos. That yellow box is a nightmare. And I'd say this to them. If people end up stranded in the yellow box, whose fault is that? Is it the driver or is it you, the people who decided to stick up random roadworks everywhere, causing traffic chaos?
Yes. It's a very good question, and it's a very simple answer. It's their fault. I'll tell you what, I came across one the other day, and this will really shock you. It's in my neck of the woods down in southeast London. It was a former yellow box, which is now continually congested, right? Because they put cycle lanes in and bus lanes and all the rest of it. It's a one-way system, which you can't get around. Everybody's stuck in it all the time. But they've actually painted over the yellow box. So you can see that it's a yellow box, but it's now got a sort of black paint on it. So I don't know whether I'm allowed to sit there or not. So what's the answer to that one?
Well, I tell you what, before we start saying, oh, this is all about road safety, of course, the way a yellow box works very quickly is you can't enter it unless your exit is clear if you're going straight on or to the left. If you're turning right, you're allowed to move to the middle of the road until your exit is clear. Right. So pretty simple.
So you are allowed to sit. If you're turning right, you can sit in it then, can you?
Yeah, but not if you're turning left or you're going straight ahead. Right. But imagine this, Mike. I'm in my car, a little two-seater MG, when an MG was an MG, not a car, which is what they are now, or a Netto Nissan, whatever these cheap branded things. They're not an MG, I know that. My MG's an MG made in Abingdon, Oxfordshire.
Fantastic.
Little two-seater car. So, Mike, I'm behind a double-decker bus. How can I possibly see if his exit is clear?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to do that? Osmosis, extrasensory perception, perhaps like there's a new Superman movie, I Was Born on Krypton also, rather than Fairfield Hospital in Bury, and I can see through a double-decker bus. So what am I supposed to do? Stop at a green light, wait till the bus completely clears the junction, and then set off? Yeah. Well, I tell you what, that would cause chaos, wouldn't it?
It would. Well, it is. I mean, the roads are chaos now. I mean, driving around, people tell me that Manchester's a really difficult place to drive around because they've got bus gates, they've got places where you don't know which lane you're meant to be in, they've got dual carriageways that are not dual carriageways, they've got those big traffic cameras now as well, the really tall ones, which you can see inside your car to see whether you're doing anything you shouldn't be doing, right?
And it's also a bit of traffic apartheid, if people don't mind me using that term, because most of us that have got a swanky 5G connected, super wacky portable computer, let's stop calling them phones, they're portable computers. Those of us that have got one of those have got an app that tells us where all the cameras are. Yeah. But what about the people who can't afford that sort of a phone? Yeah. Oh, they're getting busted because it's only applied at some junctions and not others. And while we're on this topic, please, Mike, can you spare me 30 seconds?
Yeah, go on.
This bugbear that my missus had when she moved here from North America. We're talking about turning left and right at junctions. Yeah. In the UK, do we turn behind each other or in front of each other, because it seems that every single junction in Britain is different.
Yeah.
I know what we're supposed to do, but what do we do on a daily basis? Because it confuses the what's of them out of people from countries where they have actual rules.
Yeah.
Rather than what this is with yellow boxes, which is a tax, and we all know that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say, and you're going to probably tell me I've got it wrong, but I'm going to say we turn in front of each other, don't we?
Mike, what we seem to do, and I'm sure as a driver you'll know this, there seems to be a sort of local custom that's developed as to whether you turn left or right. And as a motorcyclist and a cyclist, as well as a driver of a cute little two-seater MG, a real one, I feel I'm rolling the dice every single time, because I think, is this guy going to turn in front of me?
Yeah.
Is he going to turn behind me? What do we do? Because it's different everywhere you go. And so instead of sorting that out, what they're doing is putting the emphasis on this yellow box business and saying, we're incompetent and we've caused traffic chaos and gridlock. We're going to fine you every time you get stuck in one of these yellow boxes.
Yeah.
And like I said, Manchester, half the money outside London is here in Manchester.
Amazing.
So there are few things to be proud of, but maybe that's one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. So the answer is there is no law about which way you should turn on right. If you're turning right, you're not in front or behind. Do what you like.
Mike, you're supposed to turn oncoming traffic. You're both turning. You're turning like that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go behind each other.
Oh, eh?
But who's driving today, and everybody watching this will go, yeah, but it's a lottery. At some junctions, people turn in front, and at some people turn behind.
Yeah.
And if you get it wrong, the consequences.
Well, I'd say in London now, most people do it in front. That's certainly what my experience would be. But there we are. Listen, good to talk to you. Great to see you, Steve. Thanks very much indeed.